Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tells podcast. I'm your host, Rod. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And Karen, that's correct.
Yes, I am here. I'm in the house.
The official weapon of the show is
the folding chair.
That is correct as well. You 2 for 2.
I am. I had to think about that second one though.
The unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. Way to go. 3 for 3 right out the gate.
I like them numbers.
We love to see it. And you know what we do here. Show feedback is in the show notes. Best way to leave feedback. You can become a premium member by going to the blackouttips.com/premium and signing up. And joining, and appreciate everybody takes time out to do that. And you get access to a bunch of bonus shows that are behind the paywall. And sometimes we have bonus live shows. You'll get invites to those. Now you don't get invites to the old ones. Like someone hit me up and was like, I'm trying to find the old Crowdcast for Ballsy Sports. I'm like, oh, it's just when you join going forward, because I have to send that email out every week, and it doesn't really archive those. But you can hang out with us. You get that alert, and you can watch the replay. You just can't go watch the old replays.
Yeah, the old replays.
But we're out here doing it. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and for those of you that go, you know what, I can't be a full-fledged member, but I can put 5 on it. If you are using Spotify, up at the top, you see our little picture, little icon, click, say more, and you can sign up for the $5 fee, and it pops up in your normal Spotify feed. So if you're on Spotify, you're like, why are some of the episodes locked? That's why. They get 1 episode a week. There's like out of premium, but they don't get to pick. It's like kind of random what they get. But if you go, I ain't got the, I can't go full. I got 5. We got you covered.
Yeah, so it's $5 a month, and instead of the $15 a month it is to get all the episodes, you get 1 bonus episode a week, and it can be Ballsy Sports, it can be a sport movie review, it can be the pregame, which is a show with us and Justin just kind of talking about our weeks. It can be the Nerd Off. There's so many things. Lip Smacking Good. There's so many things on the paywall for you to enjoy. So all right, now that we've said that, let's go ahead and get into the banter segment. We got a banter. All right, let's get into the banter. Karen, banter me.
Banter you. Mm-hmm. I only have one, and the other.
That's all you need.
Okay, and the other thing I want to banter about is something that we're gonna kind of do together, which I didn't think you were gonna put this in the banter segment.
Right. Okay.
And so the only thing I really have is I got me and Roger got copies of the KATG coloring book from Keith and Hemda.
Keith and the Girl is a podcast that we're fans of. One of the reasons we even do this show, honestly, was because we're such fans of their show. And we also do a weekly recap of their show called Last Week on Keith and the Girl, where we recap what they talked about that week and chat back and forth. So they have a coloring book.
Yeah, they have a coloring book. And so they sent us copies, and I love the fact that the kid in me, I am the type of person, I am so glad that I will not let that kid die. And I see a lot of adults who has let the child in them die, and you can tell because they are absolutely, positively joyless. like all the wonders and the amazement that actually happens in life. And I know as you become an adult, as you get older, you get accustomed to things, you get used to things. Yes, it's a shitty ass world. Yes, there are things that that will make you quote unquote grow up and change, but there is a certain part of me that I just refuse to let die. And one of them is this. When they sent that coloring book, shout out to, I don't remember who sent it, but shout out to one of the fans that sent me like a suitcase full of crayons and pencils, colored pencils and shit. I whipped them motherfuckers out and I started coloring and I was at peace. I realized adult coloring is something that I really, really love and I really enjoy doing. And I've been having a ball just randomly picking colors. It ain't got to make sense. It ain't got to go together. I don't even care. I just like just sitting down and just pulling out that coloring book and just coloring. I don't care if I do it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sit there an hour. It don't even matter. I think is for me, it's a way to check up from reality. It's really relaxing. It gets your mind off of the things of the world that can kind of weigh you down and bog you down. Because the thing about worrying and the things out there, it's always gonna be there. Always gonna be there. You put like this: you will always have time to worry about something forever and always until you take your last breath. So I've realized that sometimes you have to kind of tap away and escape and get to your, I call it my little happy place or happy zone. And everybody has this, and it varies per person. For some people, it's working out. For some people, it's reading. Some people, it's going to the movies. Some people, it's shop. Whatever that happy place is for me, I have several of them, but one of them that I really, really enjoy is coloring. And so I enjoy adult coloring.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack my book open. I love it too. The banter I had was putting your pin number in the card machine. I like that better than this new shit where you just stick the card in because it's got that little metal square on it, and then you have to wait until it tells you to take it out because it beeps at you too aggressive. I don't like it
though.
Like, it makes it seem like I'm fucking up. Like, it's like, put your card in. Whoa, not that long, motherfucker. Take it out. Like, calm down.
And then it beeps if you do it right. It beeps if you do it wrong. Sometimes, and then the machines be all over the place. Some machines, you stick it in there, but like, you ain't sticking it far enough. Some of them, they have to run it 2 or 3 times. Just let me put my card in and put in the code and go on by my business.
Why can't all of them have, like, the positive chime? Because I've heard the positive chime before. When you do that, some of them, when you stick it in, it's like doo doo doo.
Yes.
Doo doo doo.
Yes.
That's much better than just beep. Take your shit out. Beep.
Oh, you know what's even worse? The ones that do that, like them are the worst.
I haven't run into a in a long time, but
like, I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah, I just don't like it. It's too much stress.
It is stressful. I'm looking at the cashier looking at me. You're like, damn.
Like, even when you put the code in wrong, it's like it keeps your secret. Like, if you have a PIN number, you put the wrong number in, it'll be like, it won't beep at you. It'll just be like, hey, put the wrong code in.
Try again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, you broke. You just get out of line. Don't worry about it. I won't tell everybody your business. I worked out this morning a little bit. Definitely gonna probably be slow going for a while, but I was gonna go out for a walk, but it's like 40 degrees or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, got my VR headset in here, the Meta Quest 2 or whatever. And got in addition to the Meta Quest thing, we also have the Peloton.
Yes.
And the thing is, we don't use them that often. And so it hadn't updated in forever. So I spent my whole morning just basically doing updates for the Meta Quest headset because everything needed an update. It's like I tried to use the gym program that we use. I forget what the name is.
It's like update, yeah, because I thought about that too. Yeah. I'm gonna start quit being lazy and start
Supernatural,
utilizing some of that stuff more too. Because I thought about it. Because the thing is, I know lately I've been really stiff, and I know the thing about stiffness, you actually need to move around to kind of reduce the stiffness in your body. So that's one way to reduce that stiffness. So I'm going to start back on that too.
Yeah. So I did the I was doing all these updates, and it was like every time I did an update, another one. It was, and then you got to queue in the downloads for the Wi-Fi, all the shit. And then finally, I get back to the Supernatural app, and it's like, you need an update for the whole headset. And every time I tried to use it, just said, keep the headset on, it'll update automatically. And so I'm sitting down, and then like come back 20 minutes later, keep the headset on, it up. And so found out you actually had to go into the settings and force the update. And then I guess it'll
Google that or something.
No, I just kept fucking around with it because it was like I was sitting there for like an hour.
Wow.
Like I wouldn't put my workout clothes on first, which was probably a big mistake. I should have waited till I was ready to go. So I was just sitting in workout clothes, like I'm going to work out. I don't give a fuck.
Right, like your mind was made up. Yes,
and I didn't feel like leaving the house and going to like the gym or taking a walk. I was like, we have stuff in here,
right? For that reason.
Yeah, I was not like I was. I know I'm not gonna push it too hard, so it's not like I was going like I'm about to do an hour right now, first workout in the X amount of time. But anyway. So I go, fuck it, I'll just hop on the Peloton, And the Peloton is interesting because the commercials I'll show the people in the class is going hard as fuck. And I'm not in shape enough to do that, but also I wouldn't want to do that even if I was in that type of shape. I kind of like the idea of, at least when I was a kid, was a time where I lost a lot of weight and I would just hop on the exercise bike and there was no instructors of TV. You just fucking did it. Maybe you read a book, maybe you read a comic book, or maybe the TV was on, but you couldn't whatever. So anyway, Peloton did an update since the last time I hopped on there. You can now stream stuff. And so I connected it to like Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus,
about time.
YouTube TV, and there's one more I can't remember.
So now you can ride and like catch up with your shows.
Yeah, and so I watched like 20-30 minutes of Rustin on Netflix because I'm reviewing and watching a lot of movies.
I like that. Time goes by fast when you do that.
Yeah, it does, because like every second on a tread, like basketball was the one exercise, and maybe I'll find a way to get back into this, but it was the one exercise I could do for hours, and I never looked at my clock.
Yes.
And I like, no matter how tired I was, it was fun, and it was always fun to like keep doing stuff. And every other exercise, like whenever I see, and I don't know what it is, I might have to get like an actual physical trainer or like get a friend that goes to the gym a lot. Cause when people be like, I went to the gym and lifted weights for 2 hours, I'll be like, how?
I do too. I'm like, how?
I can't help, and I don't know what it is. Like I could go into the gym with the mindset of I'm gonna be in here. And I swear to God, like 10, 15 minutes goes by and I'm like, okay, I did everything. What the fuck? Like, yeah. Okay, bench press. Okay, you got that. The incline. All right, we did the leg press. Okay, we did that. Oh, we did these curls. Okay, we did that. Well, shit. I mean, I did. I mean, the thing says 3 sets is 10. I did the sets. What the fuck do people do the other time? Is like 45 minutes sipping water and waiting for the next round? I don't. And it's not like I'm knocking them. I'm saying I literally don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And it's a little bit intimidating.
It can be, and it is, as somebody who actually completely understands. I stay out of gyms for that reason. And also, everybody's personality is different. Because for me, the thing that I like to do, I don't mind being inside. I can move around. But I realized when I lose the most weight was when I was doing outside shit and moving. Like just feeling like the wind and outside, and the gym is more of an inside thing, which is cool, but my mind is like, I want to be outside. I want to be outside. Be outside. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Me, like I said, the Peloton and the VR are fine. Like to me,
correct.
Like that's fine to me. Like walking outside is cool and everything, but it's not like the biggest deal. But it's just fucking, I can't just do the strength shit without my mind just going like, this is enough, right? Like the whole time. And it's not even because it's like hard where I'm like, these weights are so hard. I'm ready to go home. Like it's not I'm like, it's not like I feel sore and I'm giving up. I'm just like, y'all ain't bored? Like and maybe that's what I'm missing is, I don't know. Somebody knows. But anyway, that was my...
Some people may do a combination of things while they're in there and just not stick to strictly just weights the whole time too.
The last thing is what counts as the South on Twitter, because that is becoming a trend. They keep waking up every day and asking, is North Carolina the South?
Yes,
you count Virginia as the South? Is DC the South?
No.
Today I asked, is Canada the South? Because what the fuck? And just rule of thumb, general rule of thumb, shout out to the origin of rule of thumb, beating your wives. General rule of thumb, if your state lost the Civil War, the South.
You are the South. You the motherfucking South.
That's it. You definitely the South if you lost the Civil War.
Yes, you are.
Some people will go, well, what about West Virginia? I'm not saying West Virginia is the South. It might be Midwest. It might be West. I don't know. But I'm saying if you lost, and maybe you feel like it could be the South. My point is, if you lost, you definitely the fucking South.
Yep, South and Southeast.
North Carolina's the South. Yes.
What about?
It's not a question.
North Carolina. What ain't the rule below the Mason-Dixon line?
You can make that's your rule. I say if you lost the Civil War, your ass is in the South for sure. That's it. So that whatever other rules people want to come up with, that's on them. But motherfuckers is my state look up the record book, the history books. What side was y'all on?
What side was you on?
Like you was on the wrong side. Okay.
Put it like this. People that actually live in the South know they're in the South because of the fucked up rules and shit that they passed. A lot of people, if you put it like this, if you somewhere liberal where y'all feel a little different about shit, you're not in the motherfucking South. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, see, I can't go with that. You keep trying to add these new rules to what I'm saying, and I thought about this already. There's Midwest states that are conservative as hell, but they not the South. They're not the South. Mm-hmm. They have all that same racism. They have flags up there and everything, but they don't count as the South.
No, they don't.
Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. That's the South.
That is the goddamn South.
And so, y'all throw them other states in there if you want to. I mean, I'm not saying they're nothing. I'm not saying no other state could count to you as the South, but them motherfuckers right there definitely is the South.
Yes.
So the other ones y'all can debate amongst yourselves. You want to argue over the fucking, like, if you want to argue over West Virginia and Kentucky, feel free to have at it. I know Missouri had some motherfuckers that was on each side of shit. Feel free. But them other motherfuckers, they not for debate. Stop asking.
They fucking put a war up for it.
All right. So now let's get out of banter and get into something else. Talk about our gaming. We love gaming here. We do. That's a dope beat too. For some of y'all, this may be the section where you disagree with some of the things we say because y'all don't game.
Right.
And so y'all like, oh, y'all doing this. Y'all, I disagree with this. And then you're gonna write a 5-star review and be like, I don't always agree. Well, we're not asking you, okay? We telling you, this our PlayStation, this our Xbox, this our whatever. This our year in review for gaming.
For gaming.
All right, Karen, where do you want to start with the Xbox? I guess.
Yeah, we can do the Xbox. We can do.
Where do you want to start? I'm sorry, because I have my year in review for my Xbox in front of me. I'm looking at it.
Okay, I am too. I got my year in review for Nintendo. You bring Nintendo.
I can pull it up.
Okay, and I don't know about PlayStation. I don't play PlayStation enough. Let me see if I can get anything. PlayStation might be like, bitch, who are you?
Yeah, I know I can do my PlayStation for sure because I played it enough. But okay, let's do.
If that's the case, you can do PlayStation first.
Let's do Xbox. Let's do Xbox first. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So tell everybody. Tell us about your year, Karen. What's been going on over there?
My year in review for Xbox lifetime gamer points 26,144. Current rewards 12,193.
Hold on. What are you giving me? Your lifetime or your just a year?
Oh, it says lifetime.
Okay. I'm asking. I want to know.
Okay, it says lifetime gamer score, current rewards, and then it goes highlights 2023.
Yeah. Let's talk about 2023.
Okay.
But I respect. What was your number for lifetime?
26,144.
For a lifetime gamer score?
Yes.
That's cute.
Oh, I know it's low.
Oh, no, I didn't say it was low.
It is low.
I said it was cute. I didn't say it was low.
It is low.
That's a lot for a lot of people. It just depends on how long you've had Xbox and how long you've been playing. That's all.
That's true.
That's really, it's a lifetime achievement score. You know, gamer score. I mean, mine is 116,944. No one's bragging here.
Of course.
No one's bragging. I said it was cute.
Well, then what's your current rewards then?
12,336.
Okay, I'm not sure. 12,193.
That's what I'm talking about. See, they started the rewards program during the time that you started gaming, so we're close. That's why I said the gamer score is just how long you've been gaming.
Okay.
For a long time, I had an Xbox.
Okay.
I had an Xbox account before you did. Some of these points are yours.
That
used to play
true.
games on my account.
I forgot. Yes,
so,
yes. Forgot.
So that's cute. They got you at 26,000, but that's not real.
No, it's not. Some of my points is on yours. I remember that because people used to hit me up and be like, "Hey, Ryan, why is you playing? What is that?
Viva Pinata.
Yeah, why is you fucking playing Viva Pinata?" I was like, "Dude, this is his wife. What the fuck?" Like, and if I was Ryan, what's wrong with playing Viva Pinata?
Yep. But go ahead, keep going, please. What's your 2023 looking like?
Total time. I had 1,064 hours. How many do you have?
Total time for this year, I had 1,789, almost 1,800 hours.
Okay. The total games played for me was 43.
78.
Ooh, you got me really beat there. Total gamer score, plus 4,050. I mean, plus 4,050.
Plus 4,050 for your total gamer score. Mine is plus 5,817. And I gotta say, this is impressive for me because a lot of my time was spent in New York. And in New York, when I was working 40 hours, or plus or whatever the fuck, I had my Xbox up there, but I wasn't really gaming a lot. So I got this in. A lot of this when I got back home is when I got this in.
Total achievements, I got 132.
281.
2023 reward points, 833.
800. So wait, okay.
2023 rewards points, it says plus 833.
Oh man. This is a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
but no, I think this is because I go in the app and I must cash them in a lot. But I mean that's what I'm guessing because you play a lot of games. 11,194. That just this year. That I did not even know. That's crazy.
Yeah. You probably cashed yours in. Yeah.
Something because because on the app it'll say cash in your game rewards. And I think I just cash mine in every time I ask. And sometimes I ask like multiple times a day. And them things are valuable too. Like you can get like a good little grip.
Yeah, you can get I just let mine pile up.
Yeah.
It says
you can cash them in for money.
Oh.
Yeah, like you can get $10 cards and pay and like pay off games and everything.
Oh, well, child, I need to be paying more attention.
So that's why I said, if you only got 800, it's probably because you ain't cashing them in. You gotta get that money.
Yeah, I better for do they expire? I don't know, but
I think maybe. But what's your top gameplay month?
September.
Mine was May. And I think that makes sense. That's when I got home from
New York. Yeah,
around April or May. So I probably hit the games hard. All right. How do you stack up with other players? I'm in the top 5% of players or hours played. You?
Top 5%.
Top. What about gamer score?
5%.
Same. Okay. 5%ers over here. And achievements unlocked?
10%.
5% for me. But
that's pretty high, because
both of us pretty high. We be gaming in here.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we actually be gaming. Lots. Like I said, Roderick has had his longer than mine, so a lot of his numbers are larger than mine, and he probably plays a little bit more than I can. But I still, for when I do get a chance to play, I play. I be playing my ass off.
Right.
What is your most played game?
Star Wars Jedi Survivor by 1 hour.
You played the hell out of that game.
I played 321 hours of it, but I'm saying my second game, 320 hours.
Wow.
I'll get to that second game in a second, but I was surprised it barely beat it out.
Wow.
What about your number one game?
My number one game was Hoko Life. 271 hours.
Now it's gonna be interesting because it's like, is the game I played the most my favorite game of the year? And we'll see as we go down, because I'm not sure it is, but that doesn't mean much.
It is, right.
Second most played game for you.
Second most played game for me was 2 Point Campus at 236 hours.
Oh, damn. You got a PhD. You got 7 degrees.
I love that motherfucking game. Yes, honey. I was educating all the students, building all the campuses.
Yeah, that's a very funny game, too. I love that game.
That game is ridiculous. I don't care.
But not as much as you love it. I love Starfield #2 on Xbox. So 321 hours Jedi Survivor, 320 hours Starfield. 1 hour. I can go and play one mission and they tied. Switch my top 5.
What's your number 3?
And also, I'm sorry, they have rare achievements. Do you have that on yours?
Yes.
Did you unlock a rare achievement for your top game, Hoko Life?
Yes. Order Up. I unlocked it May the 23rd, 2023. Only 2.1% of people unlocked that achievement.
You know what I just realized? They should tell us what the achievement means. So
yes, because I don't remember what that is.
I don't know what it was. Mine was Star Tours, only 11% unlocked it. The other was another bug hunt, only 8%. I'm probably finishing some weird mission in Starfield. All right, my number 3 game, Sea of Stars. And this, honest to God, might be my favorite game of the year. It was I played 215 hours and I beat it. You can beat it faster than that. But I'm one of those completionist people that does the side missions and all that stuff. I didn't unlock all the. I'm not 100%er guy. I'm not trying to unlock every achievement, but I want to thoroughly play all the stories and know all the missions. I love this game so hard that I actually I beat the game, but you can get a secret ending if you go back and explore more and get all the collectibles and then fight the final boss a different way with different like stuff. And I went and did all that shit. And yeah, that 215 hours. What about you, your third game?
The crazy part is my third game is a game that recently came out on Game Pass that I had already got. I was saying about Coral Island. I've been playing this game. So this game just recently came out.
Right. And it's already third?
It's already third, nigga. Wow. I done played 224 hours of that goddamn game.
Damn.
And I unlocked something called Rare Achievement Unlock, Darkest Cavern. I unlocked it December the 9th, and only 2.73 people unlocked it. And for those you don't understand, I think this game came out like 2-3 weeks ago, if not that long. And I really been loving this game. Because, honey, I get to clean the ocean, and a lot of the simulation games, normally everything I do is on land. So I just been clearing the ocean. And I've been having a motherfucking ball.
And I got this achievement on Sea of Stars called No God of Mine. Only 3% of people that ever played this game ever unlocked it. And it's the secret ending. Because I know people was like, I'm not doing all that shit, but I just love this game so much I had to do it. Now, look, this is probably long and boring for a lot of y'all that don't game, and I get that. But that's why it's our show. Okay?
In year review, so we're going to review the year.
Yeah. Now, what I was going to say is we'll probably my Nintendo will be quick, and Karen's PlayStation will probably be quick. So let me run through my Nintendo, then you can break yours down.
Okay.
My first game of 2023 that I played was Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't know why the fuck I can't play this game. I can't do it. It's just something in my brain. It just doesn't fucking work. Every time I start running around, I get like a little bit into the game. I follow all the steps from the guide and shit. And then there's always some part where I'm just like, my brain just can't focus or something. I get stuck, and then I put the game down forever, and I come back and I'm like, what do the buttons do? That's how long I put it down. Then I only played 4 games on my Switch, on our Switch this year. Mario Kart Deluxe, which I fucking love. Got the new maps, can't wait. And I like playing it with Karen, but a lot of times just schedules don't allow for that.
Right.
But I'll play it by myself too sometimes, but I love that fucking game. And then I played Faith Farm, which I must have just hit click on and turned it off, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which is awesome, and I played that the most for sure. I only played 20 hours on the Switch this year, but don't worry, Karen got the she got the value out of it. 65% of my stuff was action, 33% adventures, 1% party, 1% racing. My most played month was November, and that was when I tried playing Zelda yearly. I always try to play Breath of the Wild and I always end up quitting. And that's about it for mine, really. So yeah, go ahead, Karen, break yours down.
For 2023, the first game of 2023 was, hold on, it's doing this little thing with going through a little prompt.
Okay.
Cozy Grove. I really enjoyed that game. I played a total of 10 games and 201 hours of the Nintendo Switch this year. My top 3 games was Cozy Grove, 129 hours, Bear and Breakfast, 55.
Wow, I can't believe that wasn't first.
I'm surprised. I love fucking Bear and Breakfast.
You're always doing that game.
And it's probably because it came out, like, I started playing like later on in the year. And Faith Farm with 9. So I need to play more of that. It says your gaming trends. Number 1 was character driven, 52%. Construction and management, 25%.
I wonder if that's what they call cozy games, construction and management, because technically that's what it is. It's all like, you need to do this to build this and to make that and to protect these people.
Yes. Adventure, 22%, and action, 1%. You played most of your games in July, which is 83 hours. And I think that's it. And then it just goes at the bottom, it just goes into some of the other Nintendo Switch games that I played this year.
Okay. Am I still on screen? For some reason my thing froze. My browser.
I see you and I see me. Can y'all hear Roderick?
I'm gonna hop in a different browser because this Firefox is killing me. Give me 1 second, everybody. Shouldn't take less than 6. Doing this again. So I think they probably can hear me but not see me. Okay, maybe if I close the other browser, that's what I get. Trying to do stuff live on the air.
You good?
Okay.
Yeah, like I see you, your screen just black.
Okay, I'm refreshing. I just now I'm in 2 boxes. All right, refreshing again.
Like, right 2 times.
All right, I'm trying to come back in. Oh, great. Now it's just circling.
Yeah, you might have to go all the way out and all the way back in like I did. That was the only way to fix that. Like, I literally had to close it down, bring it back, like close out of
back in Firefox. Let's see if this works.
Okay, I'll tell you in a second. I don't see you yet.
Yeah, it's trying to add me to the screen, but the camera says I'm added, but I don't think it's adding me.
Oh shit!
You don't see me, right?
I don't see you.
All right. Let me close that again. Right, I'm being surround sound in the chat. row your boat. Oh, okay. I think I'm back.
You are back. Just one.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, wait a minute.
You moved over.
For no reason. I do not know what happened.
What, man? What is going on today?
I don't know.
You're moving the camera the wrong way, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing the side of your thing. You know what? I don't know what's happening. Matter of fact, maybe you refresh. Guys, we're sorry. Oh, wait, don't refresh. Hold on, let me see if I can do something.
Yeah, because for some reason, when you came on, it just...
Is that better?
Yes. Okay. There you go.
Jesus Christ. All right.
What would that? What
the fuck were we talking about? Video games?
Yes. We talking about games.
Break it down. What's your video? Was there anything else for Nintendo Switch? I'm sorry.
I think that's it. While you doing that, I played Cozy Grove, Bear and Breakfast. I played Faith Farm. I played a game called Lost in Play. I played Mega Ball Story 2, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I played Mega Mall, the first one. Mm-hmm. I played Minikos, if I'm pronouncing this right, Mineko, Minikos. Minikos, if I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't know that one.
Night Market. That's really fun.
Minikos Night Market. Okay, cool.
I played a game called Aura.
I think that might be on Game Pass or coming to Game Pass soon or something.
It is, but I got it before. I didn't know it was coming to Game Pass at the time. And I played a game called Roki. Rico. I don't know how.
Roki. Rocky. Roki. Rocky.
Something like that. And I played another game called Little Mouse's Encyclopedia.
What is that game about?
Oh, that game is like a kid's neck game, and it's this little mouse, and it goes around and it like finds all these creatures above ground and underground. It's basically made for like pre-elementary school type of kids. Okay. And for those of you that know, I play like a lot of games that for like smaller children. And so we do the Nerd Off. I kind of review it because I know you have parents that play games, but they might not be in tune with all the kids' games. And so some of these games are actually targeted towards children. So if you want something to get your children into, I play those games for those parents, for them to review and be like, oh, you know, this is age appropriate for my child, or this might not be age appropriate for my child, depending on your child's age, or either this might be too simple for my child. So I play games like that.
I know you also do that with the shorts for our movie reviews. Sometimes you'll watch animated shorts, you know, that kind of for kids and stuff. I mean, I'm sure you enjoy them too, but you know, there's parents and stuff that listen to our show that might need to know, like, can my kid watch this or not? Correct.
And I try my best to be considerate that. And also I know that children have very, 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 very short attention spans. So when I do mine, a lot of mine are 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 12 minutes. I try not to do anything over 15 minutes. Some of them may push 30, but most of them are like less than that because, like I say, if I'm talking towards children, I'm talking towards the younger end. And so it's easier to throw something on real quick that you and your child can sit down and watch within the 5 to 10 minute span, and then your baby can do whatever else they have planned to do with their day.
All right, and then PlayStation games, I got 14 of them. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was the first game I played this year on the PlayStation. But it was really just me replaying it, I believe, because I love that game and I play it all the time. Wait, why isn't it going to the next screen? Because you gotta hit this arrow. That makes sense. Horizon Forbidden West was my most played game, 278 hours. I played a lot this year. But the thing with Horizon Forbidden West, if y'all remember, or if you've listened to Nerd Off, they had an issue where you couldn't restart the game, so you could because they added a bunch of DLC, the Burning Sands, I think, Burning Shores or something. Mm-hmm. And you can't just play, like I didn't want to just start playing the DLC because I forgot how to play the game because it's been so long.
Right.
I said, I'll just start a new save and then I'll go back into my old save. No. You start a new save, you start the game over.
Right.
I wish I had known that. So I had to rebeat that game and then play the DLC. I enjoyed it though. Marvel Spider-Man 2 was my second most. It just came out 118 hours. I 100%ed a lot of the stuff in that game. Ratchet and Clank was my third. Spider-Man Miles Morales was my fourth. Can you tell, like Spider-Man? And then I also played this game called Sniper Elite, which is just killing Nazis, and it's hard to stop yourself. So 33 hours in that. Let's see what else happened. Those are just my top 5 games. I'm mostly a thrill seeker according to Sony. And the games of the month are just like some months I didn't play because I was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And if I play so much Xbox, some months I didn't play on the PlayStation enough to qualify. So Ratchet and Clank, Horizon Forbidden West, Sniper Elite, and then of course Spider-Man. So Spider-Man 2, I guess. And then I do like this thing where it suggests other games I should get.
Okay.
At the end, I'm not getting them, but I think that's cool for that wrap up to be like, hey, you like these, get these. I played a total of 580 hours. That I spent 98.97% of my game time playing 12 games. I wonder what percentile that puts me in as gamers on PlayStation.
That's probably really high.
Because I always say I know I game more than most of my friends. Most of my friends that don't play, they went and bought PS5s because of the hype and how hard it was to get.
Barely play them.
But they're not really gamers like that. It's just sitting in their crib. You know? I made 2 friends this year on my PlayStation. As you can tell, I play a lot of solo games. It's not about y'all.
Yeah, I play a lot of solo games too, but I don't think I play, because it's been months on end where I don't even play. So I think they were like, look, you don't even have enough for us to kind of gather.
They can't wrap
together.
yours up.
Yeah, so it's hard to wrap mine up. So I guess I need to get on top of that. But honestly, I might not play as much as you do, but something that I did realize, I play a lot more than the average gamer. Also, like my numbers, I like now jumping it extremely high. So I am happy with that. And I think Mary put a question in the chat, and I think I see somebody talk about the Bluey game. The Bluey game is out. It's not on Game Pass. So if you want to play that and your kids like the cartoon Bluey's about like two dog brothers and like a dog family and shit like that. It's actually that, and also if you into these type of games, the Peppa Pig World, Peppa Pig Big World Adventures just came out, and then the original Peppa Pig, they had a DLC to that. So if your child is in the age of Peppa Pig, get on that. And also the Peppa Pig, not the they got Xbox got a good sale going on, so you might get a good deal on that. And if you have Xbox Game Pass, the original Peppa Pig is on Xbox Game Pass, but the DLC is like $5. So I got the DLC and I'm gonna play that, and this is stuff I'm gonna review on when we do the nerd off. But I just want to put that out there for games.
The question for Karen, I'm so interested in cozy games, especially Stardew Valley. Can I play on the phone? If not, what is the equipment I need to get? Thanks.
Child, yes. Stardew Valley is on your phone, your tablet, your Xbox, your Game Pass. It's everywhere. I know, because I have bought this game like 25 times. So if you can connect something to it, you can find it. It's in everybody's app store.
All right, there you go. Everybody else, you made it through the nerd segment.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. I know you don't care. I know you've been fast forwarding the whole time.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care about these damn games. This is boring.
Oh, the fuck well. We could talk about what y'all want to hear now. Here's some news. All right. A junior aide to Senator Ben Cardin is no longer employed by the Senate. The Maryland Democrats' office said Saturday, following news reports linking the staffer to a sex tape filmed in a Capitol Hill hearing room.
What?
Yeah, it was making the rounds on Twitter. No, you don't have to go looking for it. Everybody was retweeting and sharing it. It was fine. It was like, look at this man having sex with this other man, fully nude, just
on the cat. Well, I see them having cameras are pretty high everywhere in that fucking place.
Well, it sounded like they got discovered by the tape leaking or something. It didn't sound like it wasn't a third party tape. It was POV, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
oh, okay,
yeah.
I'm with you. Okay.
Portions of the tape were published by the Daily Caller on Friday, showing two men having sex in the cavernous Hart Senate office building hearing room that had played host to the Supreme Court nominees, 9/11 commission meetings, and former FBI Director James Comey's blockbuster 2017 testimonial on Donald Trump. The American Spectator previously reported that a Cardin staffer was involved. Neither report named the staffer, but other conservative outlets identified one person seen in the video as Aiden Mays Zesvosky, a legislative aide to Cardin. Cardin's office, after not commenting yesterday, called it a personnel matter. We will have no further comment on this personnel matter, they basically said. Yeah, it's interesting too, because I did see the hottest of hot takes on Twitter that were trying to act like this is not a big deal.
Get the fuck out of here.
Which I'm guessing because we're supposed to be like liberal Democrats, we're supposed to act like it's not a big deal. But I think that's when like social media has lost the plot. If you start fucking people at the job,
it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yes, I don't even care if you're married.
You're making sex tapes at the job, dog.
Yes,
what are you doing?
It's a fucking problem.
And I don't like when people try to hide this shit behind like a marginalized identity. This is not what being gay is. Like being gay doesn't mean, it's not like discriminatory to be like, hey man, no sex in here even if you're gay. Like it's not. That's not
that would be a problem.
That wouldn't be a problem. If you said no sex in the office, doesn't matter if you're gay.
Okay, yes.
No sex in the office.
Yeah, I thought you meant no. I thought you meant the reverse. I think it's sex. Now that would be a problem. But if the rule is no sex in here, it don't matter.
Yeah, it's the rule for everybody.
Yeah, everybody across the board, no matter what your gender identity is.
And I think it's when people line up to play like teams in politics that this shit happens, because like if you spent last month or the last 2 months banging on Lauren Boebert for getting finger banged in Beetlejuice,
right?
Then don't try to act like this is worse.
Yes, it is.
It's not even on your private time, really. You in the fucking
government time.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be doing this. Come on, man.
Right. Then you bought your own cameras and set the shit up too, sound like?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just ridiculous. It's not, so they had to go. I guess people do crazy shit all the time and it's just another thing, but man, what a like fucking weird thing to want to do in the first place. And then to record it and put that shit out, like, but yeah, the hottest of hot takes were like, listen, man, if this is, I'm not about their respectability. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Like, are you fucking at your job? No, we didn't get the fuck out my face.
I mean, unless you work at OnlyFans or some shit, like come on, guys, stop acting ridiculous. And I don't know how many people had that opinion. I assume very few, but it was as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh god, I just rolled my eyes like. This is because if you would have caught motherfucking Matt Gaetz doing some shit like this, you wouldn't be like, guys, I'm not respectable like that. I think it's fine. Like you would have been like, please get this motherfucker out of Congress. Like, come on, y'all. So that was one thing that happened that was interesting. Rudy Giuliani also lost his lawsuit. He was socked with a $148 million verdict in the defamation of Atlanta election workers.
Good. Fuck him. Good. Ruin those ladies' lives. Literally ruined their lives. They got fucking harassed. I didn't watch all of the trial and stuff like that, but I remember them women coming up and speaking in front of Congress and shit and was like, hey, dog, I can't go outside. I'm afraid to show my face. This has fucking affected me. And he keeps fucking lying. Hold his bitch ass accountable.
Yeah, I hope they get some money because I feel like he's already declared bankruptcy knowing this shit will happen.
Right.
And it's like the Alex Jones shit. You got to chase the motherfucker around for your money and try to get to his money before he gets paid in the ways that he gets paid. But obviously just the people are celebrating the optics of it, which I do agree with. Like the optics of it are good in that there should be a penalty for what the fuck they did.
Yeah, you
can't just lie about an election. You can't just harass people. You can't just target people like this and get away with it. America is already a gutter ass place. Once we let this shit go unchecked with our elections and the right to sue and win is lost, that's the last step, So I'm glad that they won, and I hope they get something from it.
Right.
In addition to that, in other news, what was this one? Greyhound bus stops. This is now y'all might want to fast forward about 5 minutes. This is really only for JL Covan. No one else really needs to know this.
He the one still riding that good old Greyhound.
Most of y'all that listen to this, y'all don't know nothing about that bus life.
Yeah, a bus life, and you got some people going Greyhound. Who?
But I got you,
the
homie.
dog.
I got you, JL. I could have texted this one, but I said, fuck it. You listen to the show sometime. Apparently, there's a hedge fund buying up Greyhound real estate. And this is at a time when Greyhound bus stops are actually starting to close. Because what's happening is that these companies are actually, because it's just hard to operate them, period. Even before this shit, it's hard to make money with Greyhound right now.
Agreed.
But so they relocated their stops further away from city centers,
right?
Which are often, and those stops are now often inaccessible by public transit.
Correct.
They switched to curbside service and eliminated a lot of routes altogether.
Right, and this is going to impact a lot of people because you do have a lot of
JL Covan, because he uses them to get back and forth sometimes to go to like gigs and stuff. I don't know about anyone else, but for sure JL Covan.
There is a percentage of the populace and JL that actually use these services, and this will impact them a lot.
And I blame JL Covan. It's his jinx. If he
when he get involved, everything goes down the drain, don't it?
Yeah, you want to be you want Greyhound to officially sponsor his podcast and shit, and then this is what happened. Amtrak, you next. Watch out.
Ooh, do you think it's because the megabus affected Greyhound?
No. So what I'm about to get, I mean, it might be a factor, but what happened is this hedge fund realized that maybe you can't afford to just buy Greyhound, the company. They bought the land that the stops were on.
Wow.
Yeah. They figured it out. And so then they're like, if you want to operate on our land, you got to pay more.
And that's causing them to shut down.
Right. And so, they're shutting down. Of course, this also means it disproportionately affects, as you so greatly alluded to, minorities, people with disabilities, people without jobs, people that make less than $40,000 a year, and JL Covan.
And people without vehicles. People, if a lot of people for holidays and shit like this, people just get on the Greyhound to go to wherever their family is, and then they ride the Greyhounds back home.
Yeah, and so terminal closures have been accelerating as Greyhound sells its valuable terminals to investors, including the hedge fund. So they raise the price on operating on the land, and they buy up the land, and it's it's good. Who knows what they're going to do with this land? It's good gentrifying area,
great gentrifying
city centers. It's
a lot of places
black
downtown.
And brown people downtown, stuff like that. Who knows what they're going to do? So it was just something else I was reading in CNN. On CNN, and I was like, damn, Greyhound selling shit to hedge funds.
And
that nothing will go wrong with that.
Yeah, my heart goes out to, I guess, JL and other people, because for people that actually depend on these services, what you're doing now is that you're limiting people's ability to travel, literally travel across the state, from city to city, even within the same state, from city to city. You're actually limiting and the ability for people to actually travel across this great country, and making it well, you must have a vehicle. And the thing about vehicles are expensive as fuck. Okay, but nobody says vehicles are expensive. Not put like this, and the way they and what they did now, a lot of companies that used to have cheaper model cars have fucking eliminated Ford, got rid of their Ford Fusion, their cheaper model vehicles where you could get one for maybe 10 to 12,000, even less than 15. And they want to merge everything to a vehicle / SUV. And all them bitches $25,000 and $30,000 and up, and that's very, very expensive. You could get a cheap little car, and it might not can do everything you want to do, but bitch, it got you to and fro for a few $1,000s, and now you are literally pricing a population out of actually owning a vehicle. And people need vehicles to get back and forth to work, to pick their kids up. Like it's a lot of things. And the thing is, buying a vehicle is not simple as buying a vehicle. You buy a vehicle, bitch, now I got to have insurance. Now I got to have a license. Now it's all these other fees, maintenance, and all these other things that actually go along with the vehicle. So for some people, they would use Greyhound as an alternative because guess what? They didn't have the extra funds. You're struggling anyway. A lot of times you can't afford a vehicle for a lot of these people. So they use this as a way to get around the country and the state.
Weightwatchers creates a specialized program for Ozempic and weight loss drug users.
Weightwatchers want your money.
Mm-hmm. It's expediting its transitions from being a brand associated with diet culture to becoming a company focused on serving individuals who uses Ozempic. Which makes
That's
me think,
smart.
like, how much are people using it for Weight Watchers to try to make a transition?
A lot.
Because it must be even more people than I thought. That because how you gonna build a whole company on that, especially like with these drugs being relatively new. And insurance companies, they make adjustments insurance companies could be like, actually, we don't cover these drugs next year. And what are you going to do? Because people either going to have to come out of pocket for the full cost of those drugs, or they're going to have to go to some type of third party stuff. It's just very interesting to think about this from that perspective, because I think it must be huge for Weight Watchers to switch a business model.
It is, and it would not be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising if they've done surveys, like they've asked the populace, the people in Weight Watchers about this and how many people are using this drug. Trust they
know something. Yeah, they wouldn't make this move if they didn't know.
So they have whatever their threshold was, it exceeded it. Whatever they thought it was higher. And so, like you say, for them to make these adjustments, and yeah, it's sad because people who use this drug for other things are like, hey, dog, because once they don't use it, people who use it for, like you said, diabetes and things like that, all of a sudden, it's hard for them to even qualify for the shit. And because the insurance companies be like, well, how do we know that's what you're using it for? Then you have to jump all these fucking hoops to prove that that's what you're using it for. And weight loss just happens to be an after effect, because it's sad that y'all don't cover this for weight loss. Like, fucking weight loss is a health issue too, just like diabetes. But it's like insurance companies go, no, you lose the weight on your own fucking time. Like, as far as we're concerned, if you're not taking this for these issues, we don't give a fuck and we're not paying for it.
Yeah, it just depends on how you get it prescribed, from who you get, because not all of them are for diabetes. Like, some of them are for weight loss. But the thing that I think is interesting is, like, they're switching their model to offering members that use semaglutide medications access to medical professionals capable of prescribing these drugs. So that's like some how people get dick pills thing, where they have their own doctors that like, I'll prescribe it to you, I got you, along with daily nutrition plans, assistance with insurance coordination, and additional support programs for weight loss. So this is a business model for them. If you do that, they said the support program is now part of their $23 monthly membership. But if you seek additional access to clinicians capable of prescribing it, you'll incur a $99 monthly fee, which does not cover the cost of the medication. So you're basically paying a doctor to prescribe this to you, and then you pay for the medication. And they'll try to help you out with your insurance. Alternative customers had the option to obtain it from your actual physician if you choose to do so. So
yeah, it must be millions of people. And I try to make fun, like, it's a lot of people for Weight Watchers to be like, hey, dog, like somebody looked at that, and not only with Ozempic, they go, oh, it's gonna be other medications to fall behind.
Yeah, I'm saying Ozempic, but they mentioned Wegovy and any other medication. It's just interesting
and
that
they know that they're here to stay, probably.
It's interesting that Weight Watchers is seeing the shift in the industry and jumping in on it. I don't know if it's a desperation sign from Weight Watchers,
right?
Well, like, maybe the other stuff ain't been making the money it was supposed to make, and so they switching over or what. But and I remember when I said the other day when Oprah brought it up, and I think she said something about Weight Watchers, and I said, I wonder if this is almost like an ad.
Yeah,
because she's advertised for Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers.
So anyway, surprise. All right. we've been jibber jabbing for a while here. Let's play some games. And the first one, actually, this might take a while. Okay, we may not even get out of this game. This may be the last thing we do. Just depend on how long we talk about it.
Okay.
But let's get into.
We're going to war. The gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war.
Guess it's time to help old Uncle Shannon out. Okay. The algorithming was algorithming, and this kept coming up on my timeline. I'm sure many of y'all saw it too. But Kirk Franklin had a 2-hour conversation with Shannon Sharpe on Shannon Sharpe's podcast.
Okay.
But there's about a 8 or 9 minute clip that's been going viral. I won't play the whole thing just because we have to pause it, and it ends up being like an hour. But I can't believe Unc is 2 feet down, 10 toes down into the gender wars. Shannon Sharpe is a dude that I think is funny, has some pretty good sports takes, but his content about dating and shit seems to be very, to me, 80s caveman shit. Women be shopping type shit. And
women be talking, yes.
And fortunately, Kirk Franklin happened to be on his show, and I think he thought Kirk, being a Christian, would have a certain type of view on gender dynamics and stuff that Kirk didn't really have. I'm not saying Kirk's a full-blown like womanist or something, but he just happened to be a lot more open-minded than even Kirk Franklin. Than even Shannon Sharpe, who is like a 55-year-old single man, or something like that. But yeah, here's some of the clip.
What are your thoughts on 50-50 relationships?
And keep in mind, we're still judging it from 0 to 10 on the content of it. Like,
okay,
arguing about gender.
Okay, right, okay.
What does that mean? 50-50 relationships.
You pay half, I pay half.
I'm old school.
See, that's me.
I'm old school. I'm gonna pay for everything.
Oh, but hold on. If you pay for everything, are you expecting old school values in a new school woman? Because that's not how they're wired.
But they can be. I think that every woman would be grateful for a man to step up and take leadership in the right way. The problem is the lack of love, compassion, and the lack of still having a voice in your significant other is the thing that we as men fail at. It's because there is this authoritarian mindset that we also have, that if I'm contributing and leading everything, that I contribute and lead everything.
Right.
But there still should be an equal voice and an opinion and view that we must consider, that we must acquiesce to at times, because there's a wisdom and a knowledge that a woman brings to the table that we benefit from. Okay. And so, but a lot of that is our own insecurities, right. A lot of the ways that we were raised.
You could tell already Shannon wasn't expecting him to be spitting like that.
Nope.
Like, because a lot of times, and he probably be right more often than wrong, you bring a dude on there, most of the dudes on this show make money, celebrities, have a certain image they want to maintain, cishet dudes, they're going to be on some like, yeah, women be shopping. And Kirk hit him with a curveball like, just no. I pay for everything. I don't mind that, but also that doesn't mean I don't listen to her.
Right. That don't mean I control her. That don't mean I own her.
Yeah, like, and and also I like how he didn't try to make it out of like a type of pandering argument. It was very much like because it's beneficial. That's what I always try to, convey when we talk about stuff in a relationship. It's not out of like just like the I just believe that women are it's beneficial. Why wouldn't your partnership benefit from equal input? Why how you gonna have like if your idea is I pay for everything and this is your woman, so therefore she becomes your child.
Basically.
Because you pay for everything, and just like a child, they stay in a child's place because you pay for everything. That's such a ridiculous thing,
Good place to take someone on the first date. There's this thing that's viral moment with the Cheesecake Factory.
I saw it.
What's a good place to go on a first date, and how much should one spend?
I think the best place to go on the first date is to ask her where she want to go.
Oh, no. No.
Why?
Big in, big
Why?
on.
Why?
Because she says, I want to go to this 5-star restaurant where you already know if you just order the water, it's $50.
But what's wrong with her saying that?
Well, what's wrong with me saying no? No.
So, first of all,
I just want to point out the over-the-top reaction from Shannon.
Trying to sell it.
Right. And it's the same thing that happened with Brittany Renner.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like caveman comedy because I don't think in his mind he's trying to be Andrew Tate or somebody, right? Like they've said reprehensible shit, sexual assaults, all kinds of stuff. But this is like Al Bundy, like idea of like, well, women are the worst and we want to fuck them, but other than that, we hate dealing with them, and everything you do is to try to fuck them, and anything that you do for a woman that doesn't lead to fucking them is bad. It's
a waste of my time and
Yeah.
energy and effort, right?
Yeah, and I don't know his dating situation, but he's been single publicly a very long time, and maybe this is why he's single. Also, cynically, maybe he's trying to get into that Andrew Tate vacuum, that Kevin Samuels vacuum that has, been out there for over a year now, because Andrew Tate is about to fucking go to jail probably. Kevin Samuels died. And there's always like a little bit of room for the, Steve Harvey did this for a few years too, where it's like, here's my advice, everybody, on how to date. And if it's bad advice, that's even better, because that's what goes viral. And so I think he was just selling this clip and going way too far over the top with the no, like, okay. But I think it's good salesmanship. I think that's what's helping.
He knows his part.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what's the problem with that.
Ain't no problem. It ain't no problem with her asking. Ain't no problem with me saying no. So now, what's the next question? Where can we go?
Why are you saying no?
Because here's the thing.
Okay, give it to me. Why are you saying no?
If I start you here, where do I go after here?
That ain't necessarily true.
It is.
Oh, it ain't true. Watch it. Man, peeking. Man, you know what? I got to give you youngsters game. Y'all ain't got no game. Here it is. You can say there easily, okay, baby girl, I'm finna take you to this place you want to, but I'm finna let you know, this place is so mad expensive. I'm doing it because I want to impress you, to let you know that I got you. Hold on, let me finish. I got you, but I ain't gonna be able to do this all the time. Right. And make a joke out of it, make it light, keep it cool, keep it fun. Because see, let me tell you what wins a woman every time. Make her laugh. Make a joke out of it. Make it light, man.
Make her laugh.
Have you ever seen the ugliest dude with the prettiest chick?
Yeah,
because he keep her laughing. Women love to laugh.
I'll use a link.
He says laugh, but I would encapsulate that as like have a good time. Like, motherfuckers do not want to be somebody that's around somebody that's just a fucking drag. Just because they got money doesn't necessarily mean they're fun to be around. Because if you got money, but your attitude is very controlling, very mean, very stingy and shit, like that ain't fun either.
Yeah, and also you act like if you have a real community, because that's the thing, people are afraid to talk to each other. So if a woman suggested something outside of your budget, she could be willing to compromise, and that's the thing. But you don't know unless y'all had that conversation.
Well, also, like, just women are humans,
right?
They're people, like everyone else is people. They know the world we live in,
right?
So if you say to them, "I can take you to Shea Whitey's," but that ain't an everyday thing, and if she is the type to be like, "Well, fuck it, I'm a Shea Whitey's everyday motherfucker," okay. Then y'all just don't date.
Right.
But once again, a lot of this comes from this attitude of like, as I do something for you, the expectation is some sort of sexual stuff. I think that's what, Shannon is essentially underpinning this whole thing, is like, if I spend this much money, I need to fuck you. And if I'm not spending this much money all the time just to fuck you, because why else would I be around a woman,
I ain't taking you to that place because I ain't got the money. Girl, we've been going down here to Chili's, Applebee's or something.
And once again, this is why I say this is the part that made me kind of cynical and be like, Shannon's trying to get into that space. Mm-hmm. Shannon does have the money. So like, and
'Cause
then,
he not
you know,
broke.
Shannon knows he don't be in Chili's because it'd be fucking a million pictures of him in Chili's because motherfuckers do not mind their business in public. He's also a significant enough celebrity that if he do some normal shit, these sports motherfucking dudes will be in Chili's wanting to argue with him about Cowboys and shit. Like,
Not the women, it'd be other
Yeah.
dudes,
Yeah,
right?
but
Because
it's
we've
just-
seen it.
like he know, like I think he's playing it up, and I mean it's
Course.
content, so I get why he's playing it up. But I don't know. It's like I held him in higher esteem until he started talking about relationships this year. You know, just because I thought sports wise he was a different type of dude. But I'll tell you what, these guys, the sports commentators now, they all kind of want to be like seen as influencer personalities. Stephen A. Smith's talking about shit
'Cause
now.
that's where the money is.
That's not sports.
Mhm.
You know, they see TikTok and all this shit blowing up,
Mhm.
podcasts. I think they're now going, I don't feel a little trapped in talking about sports. I want to be able to talk about everything.
Right.
And there is some benefit to that. There's some loss to that. You know, I think, you know, I love how Bomani does this stuff because Bo is basically like, if I can't keep it sports or germane to sports, then I'm not trying to like branch into personal advice in my life and love and shit. Like I know the angles and the things I want to talk about, and that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. But there's a lot, you know, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. And the thing I was gonna say is Cam Newton came out with a video, and we'll talk about this on Balls Deep, where he talked about sports and his Riddler fit, you know, how he be rocking that stuff. And people were the sports people were clowning him, like, how we're analysts, you're not being serious, you're just a hating dude. And then he made a 10-minute video response that was brilliant, in my opinion, about how, like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I played the game.
Right.
I studied the game. I was a star in this game. He might not be Hall of Fame, but he was a league MVP. And he's like the same, and he applied the dynamics to sports. He's like, the way that certain people in your industry are game changers and a lot of y'all are replaceable, that's what sports was for me. And what it made me think, because people were like, what the fuck? Why is he doing this, man? And they denigrating his own field stuff. You know why he's doing it? Because Shannon Sharp is on here talking about titties and fucking porn stars and dating women and not paying for dates. And Stephen A. Smith is talking about booties and a bunch of other off the court shit like The Bachelor. The reason Cam's doing that is because they're doing this. The lines are blurred as fuck right now.
Yes, they are.
Everyone's all over the place. This used to be the kind of thing that, you know, like ESPN or somebody might hit you up and be like, can you stop Shannon?
They sure would. They would tell you to stop it.
Yeah, but now think about who ESPN is paying the most money for the most part. Pat McAfee, a guy that made his money outside of sports. Like his thing is, we're the podcast, we're the counterculture, we curse and say fuck and you know, let quarterbacks spread anti-vax conspiracies on our airwaves. And ESPN said, we would like to sign up for that. We'd like to actually pay you more than anybody else to come over here and do exactly what you've been doing. That to me is why Shannon Sharp
changed the game, because they was like, you bought these dudes over here and they don't stick to sports, so why the fuck I'm sticking to sports?
It's not like you listen to Shannon Sharp and go, man, that brother knows what he's talking about, and that applies to me. Even if you like hate women or whatever, you ain't Shannon Sharp. You don't look like him. Right. You don't make money like him. You don't pull women like him. So even his advice might work for him. His very limited, like, I don't do nothing for these hoes ass advice. But that is not necessarily something that every man could even relate to or get away with. That so it's not about the quality of advice even. It's just literally, I need to be in a lane where I'm talking about everything.
And also, and maybe it's just me, I don't know if it's cynical or what, but I also, for a lot of them, I can see them, I need to be in the lane where if shit goes left, I'm not stuck. If ESPN one day decides to end my contract or say my services are no longer needed, I have a core audience I could take. I don't even have to run with y'all shit. I could be like,
just get out of here.
Stephen A. Smith podcast. And that motherfucker
Stephen A. Smith is literally doing that.
And that motherfucker will be number one, separate from y'all, so that I could continue on and not fuck up my money.
They see what's happening with like Metal Art and Dan Le Batard and stuff, which is getting money from like the gambling people or fantasy sports people are giving them stuff. They're streaming on HBO Max live now. Like, these independent people are making headway into these spaces and getting the money and not having to worry about too much about like who's in charge of ESPN just changing his mind tomorrow.
Come on.
So I think that's what Shannon's doing. I told y'all we would cover this differently than most people that are going to cover this clip. They're going to argue about the merits of their discussion. I don't think there's much merit to Shannon's side. And so I'll play a little bit more, but then we'll wrap it up.
Crazy. but that's the thing, though, Kirk. It's kind of like
that don't mean that. That don't mean that she gonna want that every time. It don't.
We not wired like that. Once you get established at a level. Now, if you'd have got let's just say for the sake of argument, in 1993, your first car is a Rolls Royce. You're not going back down. You're not lowering that, going down from that. You're moving up.
But what I'm saying, first of all, I'm not Stephen A. And so I'm only gonna give you so much. I'm saying to you that
now you on the couch.
I'm saying to you that there is a way for there to be both things can happen at the same time. Right. That it don't have to be black and white this way, black and white that way. And then first of all, let me also say this. Is I think that if you are taking a girl out and a girl is going out with a guy, that there's not even a relationship to be able to laugh and play in the process, y'all ain't the ones for each other anyway, because the best relationship that's going to make it are the ones that are friends.
Oh, okay. So what's the first question? So what's the first question I should ask on a date then?
All right. Like I said, we can kind of get out of this because I think it's kind of boring after this. But I appreciate Kirk Franklin mostly because when I try to tell people about how I interact with most dudes, I think that there's this fine line between being like a preachy, downer, condescending ass nigga that no one wants to talk to. And kind of doing what Kirk did, where he disagreed with Shannon. He wasn't trying to like dunk on the dude, but it was like, and I'm always walking. And it's actually kind of tough sometimes because, motherfuckers men are hella sensitive as well. And so a lot of times when you tell somebody you don't subscribe to a lot of this like patriarchal stuff, or not in the same ways they do. Because there's patriarchal stuff, of course, that I subscribe to. But whenever you're like having these conversations and you have to be like, I don't think that's freedom. I don't view my woman that way, blah, blah. You kind of end up in a space where you like the enemy to them. And I think Kurt walked that line perfectly to where it's like, I disagree with you. I'm not hating on you. I don't want to like destroy you, but I can't let your value system be mine. And I have reasons for how I feel.
Right. And I'm not plucking this shit out the sky.
Like, you don't have to agree with my reasons, but these are my reasons. And I appreciated Kirk's energy on that. Especially as like a Christian dude. And they get further into like talking about family and step family and daughters and all this stuff. And Kirk just comes off amazing in this 9 minutes. The last thing I'll say is this clip is from Shannon's podcast. This is from Shannon's account. The Shay couch, whatever it is, whatever it's called. They put it out. They edited it, meaning they don't mind Shannon looking like this for the viralness of the clip. That is a huge thing to me because I think a third party person or unbiased person, probably even Shannon Sharp himself goes, I might have came off a little bad in that clip. I wasn't as intellectually going back and forth. I wasn't giving him ones and twos. He was giving me very serious game and I was like clowning around and some of the stuff I said was borderline offensive, but I think that's not what they in it for when they want this content to go viral. Sure, I look bad. That's fine. Stephen A. Smith put out 4 fucking videos calling Zion Williamson all kinds of fat and joking about him eating the buffet and all this shit. Yeah, I look like a mean bully talking about fat people or something like that. But people are gonna want to share this clip, and I think that's what happened here. So 0 from 10, what would you give it?
This right here, I would give this probably about a 7 or 8. And the biggest reason why is because just the way it's being sold, because you're going to have arguments from everywhere, I do like the tone because Shannon's tone was the over the top tone, which is something that's very important in this. And with Kirk, it's that more of he's still talking, but the energy is not as, but the energy is enough to where it balances it out.
Right.
And so when you have that, you're going to have people arguing from both sides for men, and you're going to have people arguing for both sides for women because it's called gender wars.
Right.
So,
I actually would give this like a 8 out of 10, but it could have been a 10 out of 10 with one, if Kirk Franklin would have been a woman disagreeing with him, because then you get that energy of like, oh, he's, it's him versus her. Women versus men, but because it was Kurt, it was easy for people to be like, Kurt is saying everything, Shannon is fucking acting stupid, and so it didn't really get as much back and forth on Twitter as it would have.
Right.
And plus, people will accept men saying stuff that women say all the time, as
right,
like groundbreaking and revolutionary, and give them an extra bump.
Yeah, women roll their fucking eyes, going, "I just said that."
Right, and Kirk Franklin, and like I said, it's not a slight to him. He's saying to me things that are more right than what Shannon was saying, but it's that thing of like when Dwayne Wade says trans rights are human rights and I protect my daughter, blah, blah, blah. There's a level of respect that happens that would not happen if a trans person said the same thing. It's like, fuck that shit. If Zaya Wade puts that caption under her picture on Instagram, the comments have to be turned off. If Dwayne Wade does that, a lot of respect for a lot of dudes that are otherwise transphobic, misogynistic, everything, celebrities on there like, yeah, man, I respect what you're saying. That's the difference. So I think that's a big thing, is like, it wasn't a woman saying it. And honestly, like, Shannon didn't go hard enough, by which I mean, he was doing a lot of like, you dropping some wisdom. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. He was doing a lot of that
versus actually just
as opposed to like staying on the argument and being like, I said I'm not paying for no woman to do such and such, because then you have a fight which will go viral. But it was still good content and went viral, even if it made him look bad to me. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do some guess the race, and we'll get out of here. Y'all know how we do over here. Okay, it's guess the race time.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race time. We'll go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved. Today's contestants, everybody. A drug suspect claims someone put meth in his underwear while he slept.
What?
When a corrections officer found a plastic cylinder containing meth under his penis, a Florida man, of course, denied ownership of the narcotics and claimed to be unsure how the package got in his underwear. The discovery of drugs in the drawers of Caleb Phillips, 46, came yesterday evening as he undressed from his civilian clothing and changed it to his jail clothing. Well, he probably was like, I need a little meth to tide me over in jail. If you're an addict or something, you're addicted to meth, either that or you want to sell it in the jail. But I say it's his fault. He didn't go full with it. You got to go up the butt. We all know you're going to definitely get caught if you just put a cylinder under your balls. You got to either go through the stomach or the butt. Now, I haven't gone to jail, but it's the only way I've heard it be done.
I mean, you better if your balls, boy, you better have some good grip.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you can grip. I don't have a penis.
Some huge balls. You got to have some huge balls. He was arrested Monday on a warrant for charged with failure to appear in court in connection to a 2022 DUI case. The sheriff's deputy, he told the sheriff's deputy that he did not place the cylinder in his underwear, but he speculated that the meth was somehow placed there while he was asleep. See, he didn't even bother coming up with a good excuse. No one's gonna believe that.
Nope.
You know how you fall asleep and people put a container of meth specifically in your tank and you don't even feel it?
Never happened.
Then you walk around all the way to jail without knowing. While disavowing knowledge of the cylinder, he advised that he believed it contained Advil pills. So you don't know how it got there. They ask, what do you think this is? And you go, Advil. Okay, you know how it got there. Cops noted that it was meth that was inside a small package of Advil. Oh, God, too clever. You outsmarted yourself. You got to let them find the Advil container. Then you say,
You told on yourself.
yeah, then you say after they find it, like, oh, maybe it's some Advil in there. But yeah, so he got,
Go to the jail.
yeah.
Well, shit, you was already in there. You might as well stay now.
Stay in the jail. Guess the race. Mr.
What?
Caleb Phillips.
White.
Karen saying white for Caleb Phillips. If you want to know, he has prior convictions for DUI, resisting arrest, marijuana possession, fleeing or eluding, possession of drug paraphernalia, leaving the scene of an accident, disorderly intoxication, and driving without a license, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Ah, damn. Woo.
White, says Mary. Have a very merry Methmas, White, says Trey.
Oh, no.
Or is it very methy Christmas, I wonder? Merry Methmas, White, a lot of white. Florida White, I didn't know I couldn't do that, White. Beavis head ass White. Caucasian cavity search. That's pretty good. The correct answer is white. On there. Yeah, this probably just addiction, man. You know, because it's not like it was a good plan. You really were just hoping they would sleep at the wheel or sleep at the balls or whatever. For that one, because I mean, how they not gonna find it?
Right.
All right, let's go to the next one. How about this one? A former Gastonia officer arrested again, now facing 32 felonies.
We can still see the screen.
Oh, well, that's not supposed to happen.
You see the old clip.
Wait. Oh, but you're not seeing you weren't seeing the new story, right?
No. But I would just let you know
Okay.
that the old picture was still up.
Huh. Okay. What about now? Is there anything is it off the screen or
It's
still
off
on?
the screen.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know what happened, guys.
No problem.
But it didn't mess up the guess for this one. All right.
No, it did not.
A former Gastonia police officer is facing more charges following a second arrest in an investigation stretching across 2 counties. Authorities say Xana Dove, 26, was arrested by her former department on the morning of Tuesday, December 12th, and charged with the following 32 felonies.
God damn.
15 counts of accessing a government computer, 1 count of obstruction of justice, 1 count of conspiring to sell marijuana, 1 count of conspiring to deliver marijuana, 4 counts of felony conspiracy, 1 count of conspiring to purchase a stolen motor vehicle, 1 count of possession with intent to sell and deliver marijuana. That seems like the other 2.
Yeah.
2 counts of trafficking opiates by delivery, 2 counts of trafficking opiates by transportation. What the fuck? 2 counts of trafficking opiates by possession, 2 counts of trafficking by sale, and a partridge, of course, in a pear tree. She's being held on $250,000 bond at the Gaston County Jail. Charges are following an investigation inside the Gastonia Police Department, the Gas House.
Yep. Gas house.
And the CMPD, Charlotte. We got involved. This is following Dove's arrest by the CMPD on September 28th, in which she is facing charges of 2 counts of obstruction of justice, conspiracy to obtain property by false pretenses, and filing a false police report. Dove bonded out on September 29th after posting a $3,000 unsecured bond. The same day, officials say Dove was suspended by the GPD. She was later separated from employment November 15th. Also on September 29th, Dove's twin sister was arrested by CMPD and charged with 2 counts of obtaining property on false pretenses and conspiracy to obtain property by false pretenses. So maybe that was part of the scheme. She posted a $1,000 secure bond the same day. She was then arrested December 7th for being a fugitive on extradition to another state. So they caught her going to another state. So December 15th is when she'll have to appear in court, which was 2 days ago. They have not said if the twins' charges are connected, but that don't sound too good. All right, Karen, guess the race of Xana, or is it Xena? Xana Dove. Okay, so it's Xana and Xena are the sisters.
Black.
Karen's going with black on this one. What made you go with black on this?
Them names. I don't know why I put them names.
All right. Of course, there was, of course, Xena, the Princess Warrior.
That's the only one I know.
They do Litza double dip. Well, I don't know what that means. That white lady from Wheeze, NC Most Wanted white, trumped up charges black, a dove, not a partridge, white, black, white. So it's very disjointed inside the chat. The correct answer is Karen said black. You got it right. Many of you missed it. And that's the officer, the one that's getting charged with the 30 charges, and that's her sister. So
we don't see it yet.
Oh, what? Oh, maybe if I go back. What is it doing?
Mm-hmm.
Stop sharing. Okay, let's try it again, guys. What the hell, Crowdcast? Why are you being so difficult today? Let me know if it's showing this picture yet. I just hit it again to share. Nothing. Well, looks like we're refreshing and hoping I'm back, everybody. Good luck. Cross your fingers.
So sometimes it might move fast. It didn't move fast. It was like, you're getting nothing.
Yeah, and it's not putting me back on screen fast.
Nothing for you.
And this, oh man. And it's always when I basically try to log out of this shit that it starts working. Damn, it just put me back on screen.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do to you?
I don't know.
Okay, am I back yet? I feel like I'm okay.
You back. We see you now.
All right, let's see if I can share my screen, guys. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. We'll see if this works. I'm sharing my screen on my side.
Yes.
Okay, that's the officer, which is interesting. Look at her hair. Don't seem like police officer hair to me. But then look at her sister, who's not a police officer. She got the police officer hair. So I don't know. Anyway, good luck.
And it was like $250,000 bond.
They had it. They had the money to get out. So there must have been some of that, whatever they were stealing money.
Possibly.
All right, guys. Let's go to the last one. Here we go. Hope it works. Let's play the bonus music. Karen is 2 for 2. Right?
I am.
Fuck, the bitch was white!
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get the
Gold
race.
teeth, gold chain wearing,
time
fried
to get
chicken
the
and
race.
biscuit
It's
eating,
time
monkey
to get
ate
the race.
baboon, big
It's
dive,
time
fast
to
running,
get the
high
race.
jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A pedicab driver dressed as the Joker and packing a loaded 9mm handgun is facing felony charges after allegedly battering a female customer during a Halloween fair dispute in Orlando, Florida, of course. Investigators allege that Brandon Jawan Morris, 30, threw the victim to the ground and then rummaged through her belongings and removed cash from her wallet. The 2:15 a.m. incident on November 1st occurred across from Orlando City Hall and triggered around 11 separate 911 calls. Woo! Morris and Deborah Smoot, the victim, allegedly argued about a $15 charge. When cops arrived on the scene, Smoot was found on the ground crying and yelling. She appeared to have swollen legs, which were reddish. Smoot described her assailant as dressed as the Joker with the word damaged on his forehead from the 2016 Suicide Squad movie, where the Joker was played by Jared Leto. And that's when he had that tattoo. 2 witnesses gave police statements corroborating Smoot's account of being thrown to the ground and relieved of her money. Morris was quickly apprehended while still in the area on his pedicab. I don't know. What is a pedicab?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's probably one of those bike cabs. Like you pedal it and it's a cab.
Oh,
I bet you that's what it is.
With the little thing in the back? Yes.
Yeah, let me see. Yep, it is. That's exactly what it
Okay.
is. That bike with the thing in the back.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed to not recall any altercation that evening and constantly stated he did not put his hands on anyone. Well, I'm pretty sure he's like, oh, you thought I had a plan? No. Gordon and Batman, they're planners. He was doing that.
Get him out of. You still going to jail.
Right.
Plan or no plan, Joker.
Why so serious? Do you want to know how I got these cars? He said to the police.
Right.
I watched some of that movie today, man. What a fucking masterpiece movie.
Wouldn't it though?
God, oh, so perfect. When Orlando Police Department officers searched Morris, they discovered a Taurus pistol inside an army green crossbody bag on him. The gun was loaded with a magazine that had a round chamber. Morris was charged with battery, a misdemeanor, and 2 felonies, robbery and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He was subsequently freed from custody after posting bond totaling $10,500. Guess the race.
White.
Brandon Jawan Morris.
Brandon Jawan Morris?
Yes. Brandon Jawan Morris.
Black.
Okay, Karen, switching to black. Okay. Now what made you switch to black?
Jawan.
Okay, you don't know any white people with the middle name Jawan.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. I know there's a Jawan that comes our chat sometimes. He happens to be a black man, so maybe you're right. Well, let's find out. Jared Leto is the worst Joker white. Correct, Mary. That is the worst Joker. P. Diddy black, says Trey. It's a nigga that did this. Brother Joker, Florida man doing his best Diddy impression black. Booty black. 6 lack, aka black. Damn, I didn't hear Jawan. I'm switching to black. So now everyone's on black. Mary took us back. Correct answer is black. Ooh. Now here's the thing. I like his version of the Joker costume because he made his beard, eyebrows, and his braids green.
Yes, he did.
And I think that's pretty cool, and I'm sure it was a nice Halloween, but it's you're method acting when you start beating up people over $15. That's what the Joker would do. And why would he do that? Because some people want to see the world burn, Karen. Okay.
Apparently so.
Some men just want to watch the world burn. All right. So Karen, you got out of there. You did the thing. You got 3 out of 3. Congratulations.
Yay!
And there were some tricky ones in there.
It was.
You almost missed the Joker one because you just were profiling without even listening to the name I read earlier.
You're right. That's why I was like, wait a minute. That middle name, I was like, nah, dog.
You lucky I said the name twice. You gotta pay attention over there.
My bad.
All right. We gotta go to, of course, sword ratchetness. Well, guess where this story comes from?
I say Florida.
Correct. Florida man arrested after bizarre road rage incident involving a sword, says the deputies. All right, let me see. I can't tell if this is gonna play the article or just some random story, so I guess I'll just read it for now because I can never tell with this shit. Like you be like, oh yeah, okay, this is about the Florida man. It's like, nope, this is a different one. All right. A Florida man's behind bars after allegedly throwing an object inside of another man's vehicle and whipping out a sword during a road rage fight over his revved up engine.
Oh.
According to the arrest affidavit, Gervasio Arcana Jr., 65, was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, damage to property $1,000 or more, and throwing missile into vehicle after altercation.
Throw a missile? Goddamn.
Throwing missile into vehicle? What?
I didn't know. You can't throw missiles.
That's like the opening scene of Black Adam. How do you?
I mean, did he just have a missile? It was just like, take this missile. I don't understand.
I had to Google this. What does throwing a missile mean? In Florida, shooting or throwing a deadly missile occurs when a person with wanton and malicious intent shoots or projects a dangerous object at a building, vehicle, aircraft, or vessel. So did he throw the sword at the vehicle, and that means throwing a missile?
God, woo.
I'd be so confused when the police charge me with that.
Yes, I be like, the fuck is this? There was no missile.
Right. No, I threw a sword at him, Your Honor. It's like, nah, you threw a missile. That's what we charging you with. You got the right to remain silent.
Are people confused while you handcuffed them?
The incident started when the two men were at a traffic light, and Arcana started to rev his engine. The victim then confronted Arcana and tried to speak with him through his window, but Arcana started to drive off. What in the greaser 50s?
What in the Fast and Furious is this?
Right. What was gonna happen? Then Biff, did a woman with a little butt and tiny shorts come out, and
Right?
you and fucking Vin Diesel took off down the highways of Cuba.
Right. What is happening here?
Oh my God. According to affidavit, the two men proceeded to yell at each other from their cars while driving down the highway. From revving engines? This happens?
Men are stupid.
When Arcana allegedly threw an unknown object from his car that hit the back door of the victim's car,
See,
which caused $1,000 in damage.
That was the throwing of the missile.
Yeah. That's not, yeah. Don't let him watch Twisted Metal. He's going to be very disappointed. It's a different type of missile.
Ain't it though?
The incident continued as both parties pulled over, and Arcana got out of his car with a sword in his hand and got within a few feet of the victim and thrust the sword forward in an attempt to stab him. The victim, who said he was in fear of being hurt, was able to get out of the way and run back to his car before calling 911. According to affidavit, the victim then took video of parts of the incident, which he shared with deputies. Deputies were able to find Arcana from the license plate of the vehicle in the video. At the visitor's home a second time, deputies were able to speak to Arcana, who said the victim initiated the road rage incident and sideswiped his car. Arcana claimed that he was also in fear of his life as the victim pointed a gun at him, which was proven to be false, according to Arcana's wife, who said she never saw a firearm. She said, I'm not going to jail. That's you. They got you on tape. I saw him recording with the phone. You got a, matter of fact, might be a good time for you to get out the house. I need a break.
Come on.
When deputies asked him why he didn't call 911, he said he didn't need to because the victim advised him he was calling 911. Well, you know how you always trust the victim to get both sides of the story. Why would I call 911? Because they was calling 911. I didn't want to top the line. Now you got two people on the line for the same thing. I was like, can I talk to him after you get done? After Arcana was read his Miranda rights, he refused to speak with deputies. He remains in the jail on $19,000 bond. Oh my goodness. Sorry, ratchetness. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back throughout the week. Until then, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Happy gaming. Peace.